Hey guys, today I'm here with Jess. She is going to be our token black person to tell us about all of the black things.
Yeah.
Because you represent all black people?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That is my main role in society and with all my friends. So.
Good. Well, yeah, I tried to, like, when I have someone else come on, I want them to talk about an experience that I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And I'm not black.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your race?
I'm mixed race. My dad is white, and I don't really go further into that of like he's Jewish. And on my mom's side, it's like kind of hard to say what exactly our race is because it's quite like mixed. She's from Trinidad. So just like on first, appearance, I just say I'm black because that's easier, but we're also technically Latina. Because our family is from Venezuela before they went to Trinidad. It's like saying you're American. Like, American isn't a race, like, that's, like, a nationality, so it's like... But, yeah, so we're, like... It's hard to say. It's hard to
Sum
say.
it up in, like, 3 words.
Kind of black.
Kind of black.
I'm kind of black and
like
half
Blackish,
white.
like the TV
Black,
show?
Exactly. Blackish.
Okay, so do people ever call you African American, or...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you...
That's
How do you
incorrect.
feel about that?
That is incorrect.
Because I'm not great at geography, but I don't think Trinidad is in...
It's not in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that, like, I've kind of touched on in videos of mine, too, that it's, like, it's hard to... I don't know. I guess, because, like, just looking at me, and because I'm American, it's just, like, assumed, like, oh, you're African American. Which it's not, like, offensive when people say that, because, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just incorrect. Like, if you wanted to say it like that, I'd be Caribbean American, because Trinidad is in the Caribbean, and it's not in Africa. So that's your geography lesson. But yeah, I think it's just the assumption that it's, like, you have dark skin, you're African American.
Have people ever tried to argue with you about it?
Yeah.
Like, you'll be like, no, I'm not African American. We'll be like, yes, you are.
Yeah, no, that's
really?
literally, like, been conversations that I've had.
Wow.
More so online, thankfully. So it's just, like, you can kind of ignore it more than in person. But it's also in person, too. I think it happened more when I was younger, because I lived... like, growing up, I lived in Ohio, which is a very white state. And especially where I lived, like, it wasn't the most diverse. So, like, people just said I was black, and I was like, yeah, I'm black, whatever.
So Trinidad, you're technically, like, Latin American. Have people ever argued about you if you try to say that you're Latina? Because I feel like the idea is that, like, Latinx people have, like, a specific, like, Hispanic look that's not black.
Yeah. That's been something specifically on, I have a video, little plug. I have a video where I'm, like, talking about this because Yolanda, do you know Yolanda? Yeah, well, no, you're awesome. She made a video, like, I want to say it was, like, a year or two ago, talking about, like, not being Latina enough. And I kind of respond to that because that was, like, it's basically exactly what you said.
Okay.
That, like, I even personally feel, like, weird saying that I'm Latina, and that's purely based on, like, preconceived things in my head that I still have to, like, work on of, like, getting out.
But you're also half white.
Yeah.
So, like, do you ever feel separated from black communities because you're half white?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Like how so? Because I feel like to white people, they feel like you look black, therefore you're black. So, like, what actually goes on there?
Yeah. It's basically, the best way to summarize it is, like, I'm too white for black people and I'm too black for white people. So, like, as I'm sure, like, many mixed race people of, like, any race will understand that it's very, like, in a situation where it would seem like it's very, like, encompassing of these cultures, it can be very isolating of these cultures. That, especially since, like, the way I grew up, like, I grew up in Ohio away from my mom for, like, a large portion of my childhood. So I didn't grow up with those, like, culture and, like the food and so, all the little things that, like, would, sum up a culture. But yeah, so, like, growing up, like, I was like my friends call me, like, an Oreo, and, like, because I'm like, oh, you're black but you're actually white, and, like, because of how you act, that's very white of you. And all of that is still based on, like, racist things that they had in their mind that, like, again, it's not something they, intended to be racist. It's just how we were raised, which not condoning it, but it's, not not
it's
the
like
most,
ideas that we're all
we all had to unlearn some stuff growing up.
Do you at least get like half white privilege? Do you get do you get some benefits?
I mean, I would purely say so based on my skin tone, because colorism is a thing.
Yeah, hey, what a great segue.
Segue. But yeah, because obviously since I'm half white, that, in genetics made me quite light compared to other people of my ethnicity, that I don't know how to describe it. I feel like it's the opposite of I've experienced it. I haven't experienced as much racism or colorism compared to people who are darker skinned than me. But and that is my privilege that I haven't experienced that as much. I have experienced racism, but not to the extent that what? What a shock.
I don't believe it.
Yeah. But yeah, just not as much as even as an example, my sister, we have different dads, and her dad is much darker skinned, so she's much darker skinned than me. And there have been times a while ago when she was a lot younger and didn't appreciate her culture as much as she should have and stuff like that. She told me once, she's oh, I wish I could be lighter skinned than you, because guys like light skinned girls and not dark skinned girls. So I was that was genuinely the saddest. It's so sad that colorism, it's a fun thing.
So, for people that don't know what colorism is, what is colorism? How does it compare to racism?
Colorism is basically what I just said. Colorism is basically I think it's definitely a subset of racism. But basically colorism, how I would describe it, is treating someone differently based on their skin tone, which kind of sounds like racism, but it's more specific of what I just said. If there was me and then someone who is darker skinned than me, and you treated me better than that dark skinned person because you thought that I was better than them because I have lighter skin.
Would it be all people of color would be affected by racism, but the amount that you're affected by colorism could vary based on your skin tone?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I'd say that.
Do you feel colorism is a thing even within Black communities? Is there kind of policing of it towards each other?
Yeah, definitely. And this is something even outside, I mean, I would definitely only speak towards the Black community as if I'm in it. I don't know, beyond that, of I would, just consider myself part of that. But I've heard from friends who are part of the Latinx community that they've experienced this as well, that it's very much ingrained in cultures that are non-white cultures. It's not just something that happens from white people to people of color. It definitely happens within the community. Even of what I just said of that example of the idea that, and it's beyond of what my sister said. I have seen that too, where if you like guys and guys only light-skinned girls, meaning someone my skin tone or slightly lighter, that's colorist / racist. That's not a cool thing to think. Your preferences are racist.
So have you or anyone you know tried to lighten their skin with because I know there are products and stuff for that. Have you ever seen that happen?
I personally haven't, thankfully, but I do know some people who have told me that who are Black, and they'll say their parents have told them don't sit out in the sun because you're gonna get darker, and don't do that. It's not nice.
So is the answer to all of this just to be colorblind? Just to No, you don't. I don't see. I didn't even know you were Black until you told me.
Oh yeah, because
I don't see it.
You don't see color. Exactly.
Yeah. So if you don't see it, you can't be colorist.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be racist if you don't see color.
Glad we agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was sarcasm. Please understand.
Someone's gonna be in the comments how dare you? Do you have any advice for dark-skinned people who might be kind of struggling to come to terms with that in a world that places light-skinned people above dark-skinned people?
Take the time to appreciate your culture of whatever it is. Even if you're if you're not my specific race or ethnicity, in whatever thing you identify with.
Yeah.
Just take the time to appreciate it, and try not to base your standards of beauty and acceptance on things that white people have decided, because that's really exhausting and it's stupid and it surrounds us all the time. So like, I know why you feel like that, because I was like that too, but honestly, like, girl, you don't need it. Like, trust me, you don't need it. Like, you're perfect. You're perfect the way you are.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I had. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for being in my home.
Oh yeah. Also, yeah. Thank you for being in your own
no
home.
problem.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Also, I think we're gonna do a video on Jess's channel about Nickelodeon.
Yes, we have
Also
some questions. Oh gosh, someone's here.
Oh no.
Perfect ending time.
All right, we gotta go. Bye.